Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome everyone! I'll be honest, I'm surprised I've continued this long, with nearly 5 years of nearly weekly content on this YouTube channel. And I'm also surprised I'm posting my 200th episode, but here it is. Looking back, it's been a long journey, from starting a hobby as a little kid, to eventually turning this into a career in media and film production. I'll share some memories from past episodes, and I'll also show you which episodes are my favorite. I'll show scissor reels of those favorite episodes, broken down into groups of 25. It's gonna be a fun, memory-filled episode 200, and also a little bit of a look ahead where I'll debut some exciting changes. Let's go! For as long as I can remember, I've had a camera in my hand. My parents said I was begging for my own camera, so they bought me a cheap pink point-and-shoot camera, and I took lots of pictures and some video. Then one Christmas, my parents got me a tablet. I initially used it to film my cats, including my dear Thorn.
There's little bears in the tree, that's adorable. There's this little head, he's going, woo! Mama, I can see everything from here.
Then I discovered something called YouTube. At the time, my parents were planning a trip to Disneyland to see what was then the brand new Cars Land. We all wanted to see the land and look at ride-throughs of Radiator Springs racers. Along the way, I discovered someone who had just been vlogging for about a year, and he did some really interesting Disneyland content. His name? Justin Scard of Randomland.
Today, no place better to experience the majesty and wonders of springtime than the old springtime.
So even when I was much younger, I figured if he can create a video of his experiences, so can I. Then about a year after discovering Justin Scard, I discovered some of his interesting friends. One in particular became a daily must-watch. He's a pioneer in the van life vlogs, and he presented his travels in an awesome way. You probably already know who I'm talking about, and if I had to show one clip of him, you'd probably already know what that clip would be.
I'm about to do something really ignorant.
Later on, I wanted to go beyond single-cut videos and start editing them. I don't exactly know why I chose this particular subject for my first edited video. I guess I saw the classic WKRP in Cincinnati episode where they dropped live turkeys from a helicopter. So when we went to Cincinnati for their annual Thanksgiving Day race, we spent some time before that race and took some video around the city. Here's some clips of what I came up with.
Baby, if you've ever wondered whatever became of me, Cincinnati WKRP just maybe think of me once in a while. I'm at WKRP in Cincinnati.
Then just a couple months later, I started making travel vlogs. I didn't start on YouTube at first though.
Hey guys, it's Emily, and I just wanted to talk about my trip that I took earlier this month.
Eventually I did move my 2018 videos to the YouTube platform, but the very first video I actually pushed on YouTube was in March 2019. This video of the Lost Sea, which is a lake inside a cave. I think it's a pretty decent first video, and I was really excited to finally start a YouTube channel, so I hope you enjoyed this sizzle reel of my first episode. Plus, you get to see baby Emily.
Hey guys, it's Emily, and today we're gonna head out to the lake for a little boat ride.
Time to get in our old car with a ton of miles. Are we gonna make it? Stay tuned! Not only are you crossing states, the very river you cross changes from the Ocoee River to the Toccoa River. In this direction is the Ocoee River in Tennessee. Swing around, and this is the Toccoa River in Georgia. The state line. Check this out. The state line cuts diagonally right through this building. Pretty weird. Also, state line going through the back of the brewery we just saw. I wonder how they determine if the building is in Georgia or Tennessee when the state line goes through it. We are now at the Lost Sea. Pretty far north from home, actually not far from Knoxville. There's an actual lake in this cave. In fact, the second largest lake within a cave in the world. Our tour is about to begin, taking this yellow tube into the cave.
Oh, she told you you have no choice in the matter. Vale of Tears. Now this one in particular, it is considered one of our more active formations. Though for around a dog can see. Now, the reason you may be wondering what makes it so active. Well, let's look at the top row right here for me. Can all of you see how the stalactites are all nice and shiny? Well, believe it or not, all that water is from the cave system and Mother Nature herself. Now, all that water is slowly but surely drips right over here on the bottom row. Those are called stalagmites. And here's how you tell the difference between the two. Stalactites, they cling very tight to the ceiling. Stalagmites, they cling very low to the bottom floor. But over a very long period of time, they'll eventually come together and form what's called a stalactostalagmite. Since it's this one right over here. I just do need you to get this light right over here. Just kind of light it over. Alright, is right up here in the small pocket, the active amphidites. Oh, careful, sweetheart.
We've reached the lake. They have a few boats down here. It's so very dark down here. It's hard to see anything.
Remain seated until the end of the boat ride. About where it likes to grow. It can only grow on the faces of smooth fallen rock. It can't grow anywhere else because it is too crackly and too crevicky for its liking. Cow. She's actually dubbed the most active stalactite in our entire cave system. All the oils and minerals in our skin are actually very hurtful and harmful to this type of rock. So over the years, we basically eroded it away, giving it that smooth look to it and the very feel to it today as well. Now everybody, he's very special to us. We call him Nemo, the ghost fish. He's an active type of moon's milk. You can tell that by all the little darkness circling around him and by the tail that actually leaves behind.
On the way home, we stopped at the state line one more time. Tenga. There are a few caves we hope to see soon. My niche is definitely travel vlogging. It's probably the large majority of these episodes. I wonder what would go good with this crispy piece of bacon. Some nice hot coffee. The largest painting in the center is the deputy Barney Fife. I'm not too familiar with the show, so I don't know why he looks like that. I reached 2 big travels over the last year and a half. First, I visited all 159 counties in my home state of Georgia. This is the largest lake in Georgia. The lake reaches a depth of 180 feet. And second, which I finally did in April 2023 after trying for 6 years, I traveled to Hawaii, which means I've been to all 50 states in the US. Look how amazing this view is. Diamond Head crater is in the distance, and this is an amazing overlook of the city of Honolulu. Amazing view, also a lot of road noise. I guess from the H1 directly below. Getting a close-up of Diamond Head in the distance, I hear the top of that mountain has great views of the city as well. Construction didn't start until the late 1980s and was finally completed December in 1997. Now going back to late 2019, as a vlogger primarily doing travel videos, I wanted to get those cool clips while driving. This was especially helpful when visiting some filming locations in Los Angeles. The camera was okay. It was a cheapy version of a GoPro. It did fine in daylight, but not so great inside the tunnel. First up, we are on the 105 and taking the ramp to the 110. This very ramp was used in the movie Speed, where the bus jumped over the gap in this bridge. Well, we didn't have any gaps in the bridge today, but we're not going to escape the LA traffic. And we're back in Los Angeles! Driving through the heart of downtown, right by where Chips was based, and here you might recognize it from the opening credits of the show Hunter. Check out this tunnel. Do you recognize it? This is where Biff tried to run over Marty in Back to the Future 2. Take another look. See this light post on the left? This is where Biff crashed his car into the manure truck after Marty got away. Then a couple weeks later, I went on a running weekend trip to Pittsburgh, getting the shot on the Fort Pitt Bridge and driving into downtown. We noticed that the cheapy camera did a really good job in clear, sunny conditions like it was on that day. But we also noticed that if we use the camera for a while, or if it's very cloudy or getting dark outside, the pictures get very soft, like watching a 360p video. See inside the tunnel, it's a very soft picture. Interesting backstory on the race in Pittsburgh. They hold a popular 10K called the Great Race. My dad ran in it, but we almost didn't go because my mama got kidney stones. My mama said she was okay and could fly, but she was in more pain than she was letting on. But while Dada ran the race, Mama passed the kidney stone while waiting for him to finish in the hotel room. So my mama played hurt for sure. I won't share the picture we took of the kidney stone. You're welcome. My next favorite video is when we went on another running weekend vacation to Phoenix. After Dada was done running that, we drove out to eastern Arizona to see the thing. Take a note where you see younger me in the sizzle reel. I sounded very hoarse and worn out.
Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome everyone. Sorry it's been a while since I posted a video. I got the flu this past week and I'm just now getting over it.
This was remodeled a couple years ago. Let's check this place out.
This secret code will help you to defeat their evil plans. Write this down. Are you ready? B-U-Y-I-C-E-C-R-E-A-M. Buy ice cream.
There it is. The entrance to the thing. What if we are not alone in this universe? Whoa. 50 years of research that says history books are lies. Aliens put dinosaurs under mind control? Wow. What if what you are about to see is true? Did aliens help us with industry and technology? Did the aliens affect World Wars I and II? I'm taking notes. I'm sure I'll have some classes in world history soon, and this will help me get a good grade. Everything I thought I knew. Wow. And abducted Elvis Presley.
Wait, that's not true. In Men in Black, I learned that Elvis just went home. And I believe Tommy Lee Jones.
And have been here all along. The Roswell alien landing. Area 51. Here it is. The thing. Right around the corner. Oh my God. It's a strange hat-wearing creature. And its child. Zoom in it a little bit to get a closer look. Not quite human. What is it? At least the hat is in the right place. One last look. The thing. And its child.
My mom got this really nice thing mug. Of course, got the thing, the mystery of the desert t-shirt in both blue and yellow. We headed back to Tucson for dinner to go to a famous Mexican restaurant.
Mi Nadito. Visited by many famous people, such as Adam Richman from Man vs. Food. President Clinton ate here. They have a president's plate on the menu. Here's our food. Shredded beef plate, green chili enchiladas, nachos, all delicious.
And that's it from our long weekend in southern Arizona.
When I did the video interstitials in February 2020, I had just gotten over one of the flu strains. Little did I know what would happen just a few weeks later. I've been to Canada and visited 6 provinces. Probably the first one is Ontario. Last time I went to Ontario was a few months before the situation. I spent part of the day in Windsor, which was directly across from Detroit. We're not in Detroit, we're back. In Canada!
Guess what's still open in Canada?
Toys R Us and Babies R Us. Time to go back to the US. We're taking the tunnel back. This tunnel is over a mile long. Right here is the US-Canada border. Here's a nice shot during the half marathon from a few years ago.
But after I came back into Michigan, I drove up northward and was surprised at how good the burgers at Culver's were, because they're not so great here in Georgia. Why does the food in Culver's in rural Michigan taste better than the ones closer to our home?
Because food in Michigan is tasty.
And a couple days later, I crossed through into Canada and spent part of the day in Niagara Falls, since I was ultimately on my way to a wedding in nearby Buffalo, New York.
Got ourselves some meals this morning. Some egg and sausage sandwiches. Dada got some Diet Coke with French writing. Now we're walking around. Take a look at both falls. Made of the Mist boat heading back to New York. Another boat heading toward the falls. Look how close it gets. Everyone is wearing their blue ponchos, but they will still get soaked. We almost forgot to do one thing before we crossed the border to the United States. Yep, you guessed it. We're heading to Walmart. This is what we're here for. Coffee crisps.
I actually bought 10 bags of those Coffee Crisp minis. I love those things. Now moving on to March 2020, and we all know what happened then. A few weeks later, I gave a quick update on what's been going on. Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome everyone. I wanted to give an update on our stay-at-home experience. Not a lot. Mostly staying indoors, doing schoolwork remotely, playing games. My mama, who has to go to work, has noticed Friday rush hours are getting more traffic every week. The weekend wasn't close to back to normal, but we were surprised with the number of people driving around. We noticed a number of cars with out-of-state license plates heading toward the mountains. We read that coronavirus might have peaked in our state, but last week they said the peak wouldn't be until early May. I'm pretty sure no one knows what they're talking about with these estimates. Now the price of gas in the same city is $1.39. Hasn't been that low in 12 years. Going into a different grocery store. Looks like the baking goods are getting back in stock. Check this out. You can even buy toilet paper today. Generic or brand name. We have enough TP, so we'll let someone else buy these. When I see toilet paper for sale, that's a sign we've turned the corner, right? Then a few weeks later, we decided, reluctantly, to take a socially distanced road trip to the east-northeastern part of Georgia. This monument was erected in 1993, and lets people know that Rabbitown is a hoppin' little place. Created in 1980, the guidestones consist of 4 upright large slabs, each 19 feet high, and topped with another stone. Let's read the quotes from bottom to the top. It seems like the quotes are more controversial as you read upwards. The first phrase on each slab says to keep the human population under 500 million to balance nature, which means according to who wrote the quote, we have 7 billion too many people on Earth. It is carved on the 4 sides in Egyptian hieroglyphics, Classical Greek, Sanskrit, and Babylonian cuneiform. They read, "Let these be guidestones to an age of reason." On the upright slabs, carved in 8 different languages, including Swahili, Hebrew, and Chinese, are the 10 commandments for the coming age of reason, encouraging visitors to unite humanity. Unfortunately, there was some graffiti on one of the slabs, so I tried to crop that out of this video. No one knows who built the Georgia Guidestones, and 1 year ago they were destroyed. No one knows who destroyed them either. Anyway, the road trip went fine, so we decided to take advantage of the reopening across several states, mainly in the south. So we decided to drive as quickly as we could to Colorado, then down to Tucumcari, New Mexico, and cover about 1,200 miles across Route 66. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, But in my next favorite episode, my parents had a surprise waiting for me at what was a new business along Route 66 in Tulsa, Buc-ee's Cosmic Curios. Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome everyone. We're continuing our Route 66 trip through Oklahoma, and my parents have a surprise for me in Tulsa. This is the Arcadia Round Barn. It's a museum and a gift shop where they sell very quirky merchandise, strange art, and other items. Kind of hard to tell, but this place used to be a small gas station and a small store, but this place had history besides selling gas. But wait, there's more. The station was abandoned after the counterfeiters were arrested. Then later, the station was a scene of a murder. Lots of strange history at this place. There's an obelisk within miles to various cities on Route 66, but the big draw is over there, the Rock Cafe. This is a historic restaurant that opened in 1939, but it was nearly destroyed by a fire in 2008. It was restored and reopened in 2009. The owner of the Rock Cafe is Don Welch, who was the inspiration for Sally in the movie Cars. There's something else located in Stroud. Something from another world. Someone has aliens in their spaceship in their backyard! Oh no! Alien down!
Hi Emily, are you the leader of this planet?
No, I'm not the leader of this planet.
Then why are you here?
I'm on a summer road trip and I saw the UFO sign on Route 66.
I'm really hungry, can you buy me a hamburger?
I'm sorry, I don't have any money.
Okay, do you need to use the restroom?
Yes, I do. I see you have a toilet right here. It says beware, do not open lid, but I gotta use the... Whoa, it's another alien!
If you actually sat down, I would see the planet Uranus.
Uranus. That's a town a little farther up the road in Missouri.
Would you look at the size of that gas pump? It's gargantuan. But we've arrived in Tulsa. The surprise is here at Buc-ee's Cosmic Curios on Route 66. And here is Buc-ee himself. He's a muffler man decorated as a space cowboy. Buc-ee's has just opened a few years ago, but has already made its mark on Route 66 in Tulsa. There it is, dedicated to Justin's garden in Brenau land. Several loyal viewers of his YouTube channel pulled their money together to get him a brick right here.
Hey! That's awesome! I love it! We're a kitty cat! Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! It's awesome! That's awesome. I love it.
I love that store. There are a couple more places near Tulsa to see, so let's check them out. In the town of Catoosa is another Route 66 attraction, this great blue whale. The whale is wearing a white baseball cap. This whale is still a tourist attraction, but many years ago, people would swim in the lake. There are several slides from this whale, which are now closed off. Looks like it's freshly painted. The ornate decorations are amazing. This is the Golden Driller, 75 feet tall. Not quite a muffler man, but a very big manly statue greeting visitors to Tulsa. That is one big shoe. In fact, his shoe size is 393 triple D. Another reoccurring feature that has recently been in my videos, numerous trips to Buc-ee's. I've now been to 22 locations and will go to the new Sevierville location in mid to late July. This video shows my first visit to the Buc-ee's in Calhoun, Georgia, which is the closest location to my home, just 45 minutes or so away. It was very busy. Some cute little Buc-ee's keychains down here. Different kinds of shirts to choose from. Here's some pajamas with the Buc-ee's logo. Tables and seat cushions for your next tailgate. Buc-ee's drinking glasses of all sizes over here. Over here they have lots of chopped brisket, sliced brisket, and sausage sandwiches. Fountain drinks, lots of flavors, 79 cents for a giant 44-ounce cup.
I don't know if there's any ice or not. Let's try this.
That looks really good.
Thank goodness there are 3 of us in the family because we got a lot of food to taste test. Not only the fantastic Texas brisket, pastrami sandwich,
Weird.
and pulled pork burrito, which by the way they don't sell
Oh my
anymore.
god, that's...
But I tried their key lime pie pudding, which is actually pretty good on a hot day. But I didn't stop there. I brought home all sorts of snacks.
My dad's gonna like this. He loves lemon stuff. These taste a lot like lemon. So I'm gonna try something that we kept seeing at the Warner Robins Buc-ee's that we kind of didn't think I didn't think I would like. Kind of got a stale bag. Flavoring on it than the other ones did. Also very hard.
I think the only food items we didn't enjoy were the kolaches. But I can eat those cinnamon rolls all the time. And then I'll get diabetes. Then, in a case of dumb luck, I was able to be at the grand opening of the Buc-ee's in Athens, Alabama, not far from Huntsville. This was such an awesome experience, and this would definitely be a favorite episode within the group of episodes numbered 176 to 199, except episode 184 was even better. You'll agree with me when you see that episode in a little bit.
Thank you, everyone. It's what a beautiful day. Create a happy atmosphere, a happy environment. Really, that's kind of what we're all about. It's been a long time coming. These things take a long time, but I hope when you get inside, you like what you see. And someone mentioned go get a barbecue sandwich. I'm gonna get one myself. So thank y'all for coming, and it just does our heart so much to see this kind of turnout and to see the just the beaver love that you guys put out, and we're so happy that y'all like what we bring to the market and to the state of Alabama. So thank you.
Nobody raising up. Somebody give us a nice count.
1, 2, 3.
Going Back to Christmas Time 2020 is my favorite episode within numbers 76 through 100. On occasion, I and some friends get together and try out some treats. Some are tasty, some are kind of nasty.
Merry Christmas!
And Santa Claus!
So next we're going to try the mint chocolate Twinkies. Now we haven't really had good experiences with Twinkies if you watch our Halloween episode. I don't have high expectations for this.
These don't look very good.
No? Just eat it already, you scaredy cat.
No, it's actually pretty deep. Ooh, nope,
Oh, that cream
yeah.
gets me every time. It's so bad. It's so bad.
What do you guys think? Before I say something.
Oh, no.
This is what I've been reduced to. So now we got some cherry cordial.
Charlotte.
Hi!
It's so cute. I just like the little head that went up. I give up.
You killed it.
Maddie's over here looking like her favorite character in a movie just died. She's like,
Hi, I'm new Charlotte 2.0. And this
Santa
is
Claus.
my other half, 2.0 Charlotte.
Santa Claus is gone. Food lies. Oh, you're hard.
Very, very hard. They're very hard, very bland, and not nearly enough sprinkles.
Nope.
Other than that, they're okay.
Help.
Luscious.
Bacon luscious chocolate.
It's freaking looking good.
It's welcome. Santa Claus has returned. Oh, you can see the sea salt. You can see the sea salt.
Very salty.
Anyone else taste bacon?
Not a lot of bacon.
I don't taste any bacon.
I really like the salt though. I like salt.
I don't taste any bacon in this.
So salt and chocolate is a very good combination.
I give it a negative 10.
I don't really like bacon, but I still really like
I
it.
just found a piece of bacon. It was stuck in my tooth. Didn't taste any bacon. Ooh, that's weird. I didn't taste any bacon when I took a bite of it, but now I'm like, I found it. It's weird.
And yet I got through this video without spitting something out.
Fall is a great time to be in North Georgia. The leaves change, it's much cooler out, and there are a lot of fairs. Probably the most popular one in North Georgia is the Cumming Country Fair and Festival. Today in this video, I'm back here at the Cumming Country Fair and Festival. We're gonna ride some rides, try out some fair food, and who knows what else I might do. There's even a big red sign on the pole. I guess they've had some problems with people spitting, which is really gross. Over there is the main amphitheater where they hold various entertainment. Look at the scary Jekyll and Hyde ride. It's very tall and looks like the ride car spins as well. Also, a sign down there. Due to the size of the seats, larger people will not fit. Looks like they have pig races here. There's that Jekyll and Hyde ride again. Look at the Hyde side. I guess while the Jekyll side is loading, the Hyde side just sits up there in that rotating ride car. The bucket of fries costs $12 and the 3 toppings cost $5.
We got the same
So it's $17, then the soda was $8, plus an upcharge for paying with a credit card. After enjoying these fries, I'm getting on this Ferris wheel. Almost at a high point. To the left is downtown Cumming. Now on the way at the top, and this is a pretty nice view. I can definitely see the entire fairgrounds from up here. On my way to the pig race area, and check this out. An artist is spray painting a series of murals.
Are you ready for the pig racing?
Another recurring theme in my videos is going to the Disney parks, both in Florida and in California. So if I had to choose a favorite episode within group 101 to 125, it would have to be the amazing Oogie Boogie Bash in Disney's California Adventure. My favorite part of this video is experiencing Adventures Campus for the first time dressed as President Loki, especially since I got to meet one of my favorite characters from the MCU's Phase 4, Agatha Harkness, the villain of WandaVision.
Hang on to the paper tickets. If you step out, we need to see that and this to come back in.
There's so much at this party, it's hard to see everything in just 4 hours.
This pretzel is bigger than my face. It's just basically a normal, pretzel that you would get, like one of the Mickey pretzels. But this blue cheese sauce is really good. So this thing is hilarious. I believe this is called the Nuts a Little Chicken Sandwich, and oh my god, it's like my chicken biscuits in the morning. There is no way I'm going to be able to get a bite out of everything.
Peter Parker!
Hey, what's up? I'm Peter Parker, and here at Web we get access to some pretty awesome tech, like Vibranium from Wakanda, or this crazy alien juice stuff. We have Pip Particles and Star Tech. It all helps us develop really cool stuff like these spider bots, for example.
Hey guys, what's up? I hear you have a bug problem. I'm here to help.
You made it. Great. Red level is at exponential danger. You might need some help. Perhaps I'll call the Avengers?
Don't worry, everyone. I got this. Okay, everybody. Open house is canceled.
Why is that?
And always remember, safety first.
The transformation of the Redwood Trail to this is simply amazing.
What do you have on your shirt? Is that a pumpkin? Who does still make clothes out of anything these days?
Dreadful legend that once told of a Halloween spirit, fiendish and bold.
Oh, so sit here with the candles of the dream, you know.
In a couple of videos, I visited some locations about where some members of my family lived. We're going on a trip to visit places from the past. And now we are close to the university. We are turning left on Alfaya Trail? Alafaya Trail? Alafaya Trail? Woo! We're going to visit the apartment complex where my parents live. The current name of the apartment complex is called The Place. The most generic name possible. The Place. My parents were in college, didn't have any money, dorms had gotten too expensive, so this was the best they could do at the time. Having said that, this place is a dump. But before they moved into that apartment complex, they were in the dorms. Actually, it was the same dorm building. This is Orange Hall. Dada's room. Now pan over to my mama's room, 4th floor. What could possibly happen? My father and much of his family lived in Fort Lauderdale. I frequently, and I mean frequently, reminded he went to high school here. So our first stop is my dada's old high school, St. Thomas. Starting this morning at St. Thomas Aquinas High School, home of the Raiders. Now walking over to the main entrance on the right, aside from the fencing, My data says the entrance looks pretty much the same as it did nearly 40 years ago. That's a really long time. One of my relatives is buried in the same cemetery as a famous comedic actor. Now heading to historic Evergreen Cemetery. Many of Fort Lauderdale's founding families are buried here, and also other notable people. This is the resting place of Leslie Nielsen. But the comedic genius of Leslie Nielsen is his epitaph. Let her rip. How cool is that? Before I leave, there's one more person in the cemetery I'm visiting. My great-grandmother is buried here. Her epitaph reads, "And flights of angels sing thee to thy rest." My favorite episode in group 126 to 150 is unique. It's a collaboration with a younger me from 3.5 years ago. You know, I do have an upcoming video that started in Austin. Maybe I should collaborate with recent me and 2 younger me's? On this video, I'm visiting the metro areas of Austin and San Antonio. Also in this video, I'm joined by a young friend.
Hey guys, it's Emily.
That's right, myself from 3.5 years ago on this video with me. Now you can see the Austin skyline. Data says there wasn't that many skyscrapers 25 years ago. Now to the present, driving south on Interstate 35, the ever-changing skyline is in view. Not too far from downtown, I find this iconic painted mural. This is the famous Greetings from Austin mural, painted in 1998 and restored in 2013. We've now arrived. This is a great GoPro driving into downtown. The state capitol building is directly in front. Now here we are in April 2022. Even more growth with much more to come. A 74-story skyscraper is under construction that could be the tallest building in Texas. Check out these crazy flyover bridges, where US 183 and State Roads 45 and 130 converge. On this road, we can legally go 85 miles per hour. 85 miles! Sorry. So here's all the meat in this pan. Probably cost us about $60 for all this meat, the sides, and 3 beverages.
So now we're gonna try the brisket and the, what was it, the jalapeno sausage? Jalapeno cheddar sausage, I think. Move the giganto rib out of the way.
Notice I can cut this meat really easy with a fork.
Got a tiny bit of sausage and a lot of skin. Now that I've eaten everything, we only have a tiny bit of the rib left. Like I said, the Black's location here in Lockhart, Texas is really, really good.
Now I'm in the town of Luling, and I've found this interesting water tower, which is decorated as a big watermelon. I found where they have the shirts for this location. It's crazy busy here. Over here is the world's largest pecan. It's 16 feet long and 8.5 feet in diameter. Next to the courthouse is this display claiming this is the world's largest pecan. It sure does look much smaller than the pecan I just saw. My final stop in Seguin is this Nutcracker Museum. This giant pecan is billed as the world's largest mobile pecan. Next up is the Alamo. Very touristy, which surprised us as well as very sad. Let's take a look. Now in front of the Alamo. My mom is really getting that vibe she gets when going into cemeteries and battlegrounds and places like that. It's very sad for her.
One of the buildings at the Alamo is a gift shop.
I found out the gift shop structure is actually not part of the Alamo Church. The gift shop was actually constructed in 1936, originally as a museum to commemorate the Alamo. That was part of a large Texas Centennial celebration, so thankfully the Alamo itself was not converted into a gift shop. Now check out our boat ride along the river. What she said? The riverfront is a very lively area in San Antonio.
Then I'm around the corner, I'm going to take you
through a theater, drive-through theater if you would. And then over here on the right side is the stage. You might recognize the stage if you saw the movie Miss Congeniality starring Sandra Bullock. That is where the swimsuit competition was held right there. Those are called love locks. What two people do that love each other, they bring them a lock. They lock the lock, they kiss the key, they throw it in the river to show love for each other. Now here's the problem though, if it don't work out, somebody's got to come down here, cut the lock off the fence so they will forever be linked together. My advice, forget that kissing at the key part, guys. You bring yourself a combination lock down. Pain. They didn't think it through. Or man, maybe they did. Maybe they did. Love is pain, is it not? 68 World's Fair called the Tower of America. What you're looking at the very top is a restaurant and an observation deck that both revolve around one time an hour. Unveiled about a month ago. She's called Stargazer. The little star is made of marble. She looks through the little titular star, gazes out into the galaxy, and thinks about all the people that are looking at the same star that she is right now. To the bridge, on the right side, you're going to see an 8-foot broad statue of St. Anthony of Padua. Now, St. Anthony lived in the 12th century, was from Lisbon, Portugal. The country that gave us the statue, and it's where we get our name, San Antonio, St. Anthony of Padua. The artist wanted you to get out there. From every angle of life, there's always another point of view.
The guided tours are very reasonable, $13 per person for a 40-minute tour. Definitely recommend this if your travels take you to San Antonio. I did stop by one more Buc-ee's in New Braunfels, which is halfway between San Antonio and Austin. Young Emily, I'll let you take us out.
And that's it. We all had a great time.
I'm now a college student at the University of North Georgia, primarily at the Gainesville, Georgia campus. A few miles from that campus is Brenau University. The tiger is named Lucille, named for the first female executive and first lady of Brenau University. It is the world's largest golden tiger. They appear to have a permanent resident at the university by the name of Agnes. This is the centerpiece of the university. This is Pierce Auditorium. There's something peculiar about Pierce Auditorium. It's said to be haunted. It is said that this auditorium has a ghost named Agnes that lives in the auditorium. The story is that there was once a pool under the stage in the auditorium, and a student named Agnes hung herself from a diving board after a personal tragedy. In reality, she died from consumption in the sanitarium, but some say that's just a cover. Also, students say they hear very strange creaks and footsteps while in the auditorium. One story said a student collected pennies in a container. She found the container toppled with all the pennies facing heads up. Oh my god. Is that Agnes? For my favorite experience in episode group 151 to 175, this is a no-brainer. It's a two-parter featuring my visit to Epcot for its 40th anniversary. No one was sure the park would even be open because a Category 5 hurricane had just passed very close to the south of the parks. In fact, the hotel I had a reservation at was flooded out, so I was lucky to stay somewhere else. But Disney was open for business on October 1st, 2022. Looking forward to a great day. Epcot has been through quite a few changes during its 40 years. I'm going to ride some of the original rides, as many as I can without using Genie Minus. Look at the barge displays. For today only, they're showing the Epcot 40th anniversary logo.
The Epcot 40th anniversary celebration. Again, we are Mariachi Cobre, and might as well introduce this show as we do pretty much every show, and share with our guests that Mariachi Cobre has been proudly a part of the Walt Disney family. Now, what's today? 40 years, 40th anniversary performance. Viva Jalisco, tierra de amores, lindas mujeres, como las flores. Disneyland, yeah, so. Very, very proud to be a part of the Disney family for these wonderful years. And here's to 40 more, right? Woo! All right.
most exciting, the most important part of our Florida project. In fact, the heart of everything we'll be doing in Disney World will be our experimental prototype city of tomorrow. We call it Epcot, spelled E-P-C-O-T, Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow.
Dreaming the promised land of your pioneers.
It's October 1st, but it's still the Food and Wine Festival.
We got the grilled cheese with honey and pistachio with lizards running around in the bushes, and then we got the lamb gyro. That's weird.
Next up is the France Food Pavilion.
The stuff in the middle kind of tastes like gravy a little bit. It's supposed to be like a 3 cheese thing, but it just tastes kind of like gravy. It's weird.
Excuse me, we are looking for a dog. Never mind.
Let's try the barbecued bacon. This one's just saying eat me right now. The barbecued bacon, it says smoked aioli. That aioli is actually really, really good.
Did you listen to the background music at Epcot? That was the original soundtrack for opening day in 1982. Very, very nice touch. Now I'm at another opening day attraction in the Lamb Pavilion. It's the Living with the Lamb boat ride. And oh my goodness, there's a crowd here. The standby line says 20 minutes. We'll see. Not many opening day attractions are still operating at Epcot, but we rode all of them. Actually, we still have one opening day ride left. I'll give you a hint. It's right over my head. That's right. It's the monorail. The monorail line that runs from the Transportation and Ticket Center to the Epcot station opened on Epcot's opening day, October 1st, 1982. I also saw Adam the Woo in front of the Creation Shop. He was very nice and took some time to take some pictures and talk with me. This next sizzle reel was probably the most surreal experience I've ever had. To set the stage, it was early July 2020 and Chicago had just reopened, so we decided to travel all the way to the east end of Route 66. So, how'd it go? Take a look. This building doesn't appear to be historically significant. It looks like an ordinary auto insurance office. But get a closer look, it was once the very first Dairy Queen. This restaurant was opened by John Fremont McCullough, who also developed the recipe for their soft serve ice cream. Well, we better get going. The attack dog is on its way. We've now arrived at Millennium Park and at the magnificent silver reflective bean. The bean really fits in well with the skyline surrounding it. Normally this is a big gathering area for people, but in the age of COVID, there is tight control on how many visitors can be in the park, so it's fairly empty here today. Look at the reflection from the bean. Hardly anyone. Quite a contrast from pre-COVID times. You can no longer get right up to the bean. They have fenced it off in all directions. Somehow this bottle penetrated the fenced area and made it really close to the bean. Time to take a bite of the bean and on to our final destination on Route 66. I'm taking my final stops on my Route 66 journey. We've traveled more than half of the Mother Road from Tucumcari, New Mexico to Chicago, Illinois. 1,202 miles. Now here's my favorite in the most recent episode group 176 through 199. I mentioned the Buc-ee's grand opening would be a favorite, except this incredible experience was so much more amazing and so much more awesome. It'll be an out-of-this-world day. Usually I say let's go, but today I'll say, take us out, Mr. Sulu.
Doors. Everybody walk all the way in. Well, the dilithium chamber is here, and unfortunately somebody played with this, so the crystal is somewhere below. But that's where the dilithium crystal would be. This material was manufactured specifically for Star Trek Continues. This material, remember I said, it's great if you can find things that are still manufactured today, you know, because then you can just buy what was originally used. This is not available anymore. There's not even an idea of how long ago it was discontinued. But it must have been very popular back in the 60s because it was everywhere on the set. You can see the shine and the shimmer. This is actually being experimented today by the military and some hospitals where that's exactly what would happen. You'd lay in a bed, it would scan you, it would put your readings up on a view screen. Oh, this is a beautiful room. I encourage you to go all the way to the back wall and turn around and look in.
I can't say this enough, but the set creators did an awesome job recreating all these sets like the transporter room.
Hey, anybody want to guess what these actually are?
Swimming pool Fresnel lenses.
Swimming pool? Where'd that come from? That's very specific. You're right about it, though. They're lenses for movie lights.
Yeah.
They're big Fresnel, that's the company, Fresnel lenses. Now think about it. If you're a television production facility in LA, you have tons of movie lights and lenses laying around, so it costs you nothing. See how they're saving money? They're looking around and scrounging up anything they can find. I noticed that you could see light, just a little crack of light, right where those cans meet the ceiling. And I was watching an episode of the original series of Star Trek. By God, they were in the transporter room and there was light bleeding.
Oh, okay.
Right up there. Another interesting bit of trivia about this room, you see these switches at each station. Very common technology, these rocker switches. You would see them on the dashboards of cars. You would see them on the dashboards of Cessna airplanes. You'd see them on washing machines. They were everywhere. But this is long gone technology. Like, this kind of stuff isn't around anymore. So we have another dilemma, just like we did with the transporter. What happens when you know what they used and you're trying to recreate the ship in as much detail as you can, but they're not readily available? So we did the same thing that we did in the transporter room. We bought a couple of the real sets of rocker switches, and then we just took them apart and made little molds and painted them different colors, and were able to reproduce them as many as we needed. This is everybody's room. Once again, you need to save money, you build one room and then you just redecorate it based on whose room it's supposed to be. If it were Spock's room, the bed would be over here, this would be over there, there would be all different things hanging on the walls.
I may have my serious face on, but it's kind of cool to sit in the crew quarters in this small office space.
Interesting mismatch between the design of the interior of the Enterprise with the
And it's beautiful. I mean, it is high quality, great shots from all the episodes, a great calendar, and I have 3 left. Now, let me say this. I only care about keeping it open for people to enjoy. Nobody's interested in profiting. They're just...
You know I'm going to take a seat in the captain's chair.
Well, there you go, my dear.
Thank you. I got that.
No, let's do it. Let's do it over there.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's great.
Ta-da!
Thank you so much. So we got a Nutrizone Studios shirt and it's signed by Vic. I'm so happy. That's almost it for episode 200. I wanted to show you some of the upcoming episodes on my channel. Since I'll probably be doing video production professionally in a little under 4 years, I wanted to kick things up a notch. I'm not sure why I'm quoting Emerald Lagasse all of a sudden. So let's change things up right now. That's better. Now let's see what's coming up on this channel, now in cinematic mode. Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome everyone. As for me, I've taken the back roads from Kissimmee to Homestead and then onto the Keys. And I'm getting eaten up by bugs out here, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Let's go. Did Elvis Presley really visit here and inspire the title of the song Heartbreak Hotel? This former saloon in Bordello is barely standing after a big root crashed into it 4 years ago. And this is the previous name for Yeehaw Junction. Really? Alligators on the prowl along the north shore of Lake Okeechobee. I travel along the east side of the massive lake. At the south end of Pahokee, don't swim or drink the water here. It smells like 1,000 dogs pooped here, and the water here is turned an icky shade of green and blue. That looks so gross. Hey look, Robert is here. And he knows how to make a very tart and very delicious key lime milkshake. Anyone have any idea what a sapodilla is? I've never seen anything like this in Georgia. Betsy the Lobster, 40 feet long, 30 feet wide, 100% frightening. At the 7 Mile Bridge, True Lies was filmed here, and the distance is a lie also. The bridge is only 6 3/4 miles long. And on the old bridge, there's a big tree growing from it, and it has a name. I've reached the southernmost point, unless you count Hawaii. These cute itty-bitty key deer are very friendly, and I'm sure the neighbors are feeding them. The biggest lizards I've ever seen, and they live in this graveyard. The grave marker is in the shape of a conch shell. I hope. Hey Robert, can I come visit you? It's Robert the doll, over 100 years old, and if you're not nice to him, he'll put a curse on you. I'll tell you where to get the best key lime pie in Key West. I'll also tell you where you can get some really good conch fritters. Here's a hint, it's not this place. And while I'm talking about food, here's a really great lobster roll along Duval Street. Now in Birmingham, Alabama, and I've found an old iron making factory. This would be such an awesome place to have a scary Halloween haunted maze. Look at these humongous ovens, and this whole place smells like burned metal. And now, I've come back to Austin, Texas, in the rain. Would you look at the size of that steer? It's gargantuan. Would you look at the size of that hippo? It's gargantuan. Just having some beef rib with Mark Wahlberg over here. In this episode of Odd City Names, I'm in Dime Box, and look, there's a dime. In a box. Could this be the real world's largest teapot? It has a tea tasting room inside. I got a lousy rental car and have a flat tire. Would you look at the size of Sam Houston? He's gargantuan. But first, let me take a selfie. I found the very first Buc-ee's, and it's probably the smallest location too. And nearby another location with a very caffeinated Buc-ee the Beaver. The second was thrown over 1.5 miles from a massive explosion. Looks like the heads of our former presidents are here, being overseen by Charlie Chaplin? This house is decorated with blue polka dots. The Space Shuttle Columbia disaster ended in a small East Texas town. I'm in Texas, so I gotta have a Whataburger. And finally I leave Texas through its international border. I'm also planning a fall road trip to West Virginia and Pittsburgh. Then during the Christmas season I'll do an epic road trip from here to San Diego. Oh yeah, and I'll eventually make it to the new Buc-ee's in Sevierville. All that's coming up on Hey Guys, it's Emily. I'll say that it's getting tougher and tougher to find spare time for going on trips, doing filming, then editing. I have to prioritize my studies and get my future career underway. I'd like to thank all of you that have supported me on YouTube and Instagram for all these years. The truth is I almost left YouTube and Instagram years ago because of many incidents where gross old men were DMing me
And I'll just say the pictures and what they said were disgusting. And YouTube and Instagram didn't really do anything, and some, if not most of that, was illegal. And I don't use TikTok because the For You page they pushed me had really awful content. That almost led my parents to cut me off from all socials, including my private accounts, until I was much older. But I've gotten a lot of great support too, which is what kept me going for all these years. I appreciate the genuine kindness that all you show me. There are always better options to choose from, but for those of you that have watched, liked, and left comments on my videos here and my Instagram content, thank you very, very much. I really, really appreciate it. And that's it. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!